Hi everyone, this is Mayan Writes. I'm Mayan. I talk all about writing and storytelling. The Sixth Sense is so iconic. I don't even need a spoiler alert at this point, right? It's like The Usual Suspect and the original Planet of the Apes, I assume. I rewatched it and I found two amazing storytelling details that I didn't see before. One of them is the theme, which was very different than what I thought it was and very beautifully implemented in the movie. And if you know me, you know I love a good theme in a story. And the second thing was the connecting dots between the two main characters that creates this mirroring and this symmetry that I just loved and was so meaningful and satisfying. So if you don't remember the story, it's about Malcolm, a children's psychiatrist, that starts treating Cole, a troubled kid who actually sees ghosts. So I always thought the main theme in the story is moving on because it's about ghosts and being haunted and staying put because something is keeping you from moving on, something is holding you back. There's the fact that they don't even know that they're dead, including our main character. There's Cole's mom who needs to get closure with her own mom who is dead and is a ghost. There is a little girl who can't move on until Cole helps her. But the theme is actually listening to other people as opposed to thinking we know everything. Why do I say this? So it solves many of the main conflicts in the story, and it's a lesson for both main characters. Okay, let's see some examples. So the movie opens with Malcolm getting an award for helping kids. And then later that night, an ex-patient whom he couldn't help and grew up mentally unbalanced tells him, he gets into their house, he invades their house, and he tells him there's so much he doesn't know, and then he shoots him. A year later, even before he meets Cole for the first time, he's reading an assessment about him and forming an opinion without even knowing him. Then they meet, and he tries to guess what Cole is thinking, and he guesses wrong every time. With his wife, with Malcolm's wife, he tries talking to her at the restaurant and at the house, and she doesn't seem to listen to him. She completely ignores him. With Cole, Cole's mom doesn't listen or believes him when she thinks he stole her mother's bumblebee pin. And Cole himself doesn't really listen to the ghosts who are haunting him. Everything is kind of pointing in that one direction, that we don't listen to others around us, or even really to ourselves. And so we're missing what's right in front of us. When you think about it, even the solution to the main problem is listening. Major plot points in the story is when Malcolm listens to a cassette tape of old sessions he had with Vincent, who is the kid that he couldn't help that grew up to shoot him. And he realizes that when he leaves the room, there's a ghost speaking to him, a Spanish ghost speaking to him in Spanish, saying, "I don't want to die." And he realizes what he wants, what all the ghosts want. He then advises Cole to stop and listen to these ghosts and find out what they want so that they can move on, so he can help them move on. So listening is the way to heal, is the way to be healed. When Cole finally listens to the ghosts and is able to help them move on, they stop haunting him. And then he gets what he wants. He's not afraid of them so much anymore. He's able to connect with his environment better. He even tells his mom the truth, and she believes him, and they're able to reconnect. So listening fixed everything. Now with Malcolm, he wants to fix things with his wife. Cole suggests that he tries to speak to her when she's sleeping, because then she'll listen to him without knowing she's listening. Of course, that's exactly the solution. And that's when he finally realizes the truth. He's able to come to terms with the fact that he's dead and that his wife is trying to move on as well. And so he's able to say goodbye, and he promises her everything will be different in the morning and says goodnight, which was very emotional, I admit. I was not expecting it, but it was. When he spoke to her, when he really spoke to her and she really listened to him, he was able to get through to her, and then he was able to see for himself what is really going on. I think there's another beautiful thing that happens here with the theme. Malcolm encourages Cole to listen to the ghosts, right? He himself needs to listen better to what's happening around him because he doesn't know that he himself is a ghost haunting Cole. And it's obvious at second glance when you think about it. He just wasn't paying attention, exactly like we as viewers weren't paying attention. If we had, we would realize that all the weird things, the locked basement door, his wife ignoring him, the fact we only see him speak to Cole throughout the entire movie, all are clues that Malcolm is a ghost as well. So I think it's a criticism on him for not listening, but also on us as well. He wasn't paying attention, yes, but we weren't paying attention as well. And I love that. I love when a storytelling tool is saying something to us directly, not as a thematic lesson, but it just projects on us as well. we kind of go through the same journey as the main character. I made an episode on Fleabag talking about how breaking the fourth wall wasn't just a way to communicate with us, but also show the character's arc and at the same time saying something about us, the viewers, and the main character, saying the same thing about us and about her. So that was the theme. I want to take a moment to talk about the use of irony in this movie since I thought it was very prominent. He gets an award, Malcolm gets an award for helping kids, and at the same night, a patient he treated as a kid shoots him, right? He doesn't listen to Cole like his wife doesn't listen to him. Malcolm thinks Cole is delusional, but he himself is delusional. Malcolm tells Cole to listen to the ghost, and he himself is a ghost who doesn't listen to basically anyone around him. Why is it so effective? It really emphasizes the gap between what we know and what we don't know, or how we misunderstand things, which is a main theme in pretty much any mystery / thriller / detective genre. The balance between what we know and what we're missing, it's always front and center. But the use of irony here was so accurate that the gap was even more prominent and brought the theme forward even more. Okay, the second thing I want to talk about is the great mirroring of these two main characters, Cole and Malcolm. Each one of them, like we said, doesn't listen and isn't listened to. When they do both, they listen and they're being listened to, they will both heal. Malcolm helps Cole listen to the ghost, and then Cole helps Malcolm listen better in order to understand he is a ghost. There is this symmetry between these two characters, and I love this symmetry. I hate symmetry in design. I love it in storytelling. It's so effective because it makes the entire experience of the story feel whole, like coming around full circle. It just shows that there is meaning behind it. I think this was done so beautifully here because both characters had to kind of move through the same plot points and kind of almost deal with the same conflicts, really, only in different ways. And I think that echoes the theme even better. And it kind of gives you more empathy towards both of them. And then their connection even seems more meaningful. So I think it does so many things. And I definitely think it's something that's worth implementing in your story as the relationship between two main characters or a main character and a sidekick. I think it definitely has a lot more potential in fiction specifically than in scripts. Okay, so what did we have here today? The theme in The Sixth Sense, as I see it, is listening to people. I bet you didn't think that that's where it was going. I'm here to offer a constant surprise and entertainment. We talked about how symmetry between characters can work really well in terms of theme, and we talk about the cool irony in that story. So that's it, people. Listen to each other. We don't know everything. That's a good thing because doubt brings growth. That's it for now. If you have any questions or comments for me, you can reach out on my website, Mayan Writes, or on Instagram. In the meantime, happy writing.